welcome to the podcast on the ESS BIZTOOLS Accountants Minute that was released on Saturday, 1st of April. A deeper dive into the virtual CFO services. I hope that you've had a good week and you're looking forward to the Easter break. What I wanted you to think about today was why ESS BIZTOOLS has developed a 52-week business enhancement system. Why do we do that? Why do we think that this is necessary for accountants to have to be able to deliver an outstanding range of services? There's a lot of people talking about the new range of services that accountants have to provide or should be thinking about providing. Because there's no doubt that the ever improvements in technology and software are meaning that the amount of work required within accountancy firms to prepare tax returns is reducing. Not the amount of work that's necessary to give tax advice, but it's the actual preparation of the returns, the annual accounts. Plus, we have a growing small business community in Australia that's looking for more. Many of them want to scale up. They've seen the results of other businesses in Australia, which has been fantastic to watch, hasn't it? As they emerge from basic startups to becoming international names. And this is great. And what that does is create interest in amongst a whole range of other SMEs. So who's going to be the accountants that support those firms? Most of whom start off very small. Sole traders, many of them not incorporated at that stage. They have an idea, they have a vision, they've developed a prototype. They need assistance. And that assistance should be coming from accountancy firms, providing a broader range of services. When you went to university, you learned a lot of things. And when you did your PY or professional development courses and then went through the exams, you were looking at a lot more than just the Tax Act. And that's the reality that many of your clients live in. In lots of ways, there is no difference to running an SME to a large company. The only difference is the larger company CEO has got a lot more direct influence to him or her. People who are experts in their role, whether it's marketing, sales, production, procurement, communications, or accounting. Yes, accounting's definitely in there. I think this is the challenge for accountancy firms to really gear up to. And that challenge is really here this year, in 2023. So are you going to meet the challenge? And part of the reasons we've developed the 52-week business enhancement system is to put it firmly on your agenda that this is important, that you can provide a role using today's technology, communications, and software to be able to be the virtual CFO for your clients. And that all operates every week of the year because the vast majority of your clients' businesses are operating every week of the year. Some of them, of course, do shut down for Christmas, and so they might be able to say, well, we only have some of our clients operating 48 weeks of the year. And I know there's other seasonal businesses, but in the main, most businesses are operational 52 weeks of the year. So shouldn't they be getting information for 52 weeks of the year? But it all starts with daily, doesn't it? Many businesses are clearly operating every day. They've got products for sale, they've got specials, they've got new goods turning up. So I think you should be starting by looking at what happens on a daily basis. Some businesses are recording sales by the hour and they're using that information to plan their labour manning budgets when people are going to start and finish work because they know when their peak periods are. Your clients need this information. But many of them need it prepared by someone that understands the figures and can set up the forms and the processes to make sure it is prepared every day and on the hour if that's what the business requires. Then we flow into weekly information. The weekly information is very important. You know, many larger companies, public companies, receive weekly reports on every one of their business operations. I was the Chief Financial Officer of a listed public company. I was also the company secretary, and we ran our entire business, which was in the meat industry. We were one of the large Australian meat corporations, and every activity, hundreds of them, were processed on a weekly basis to an overall report on how they performed and their profitability and key performance indicators that were then able to be communicated to the manager of that unit, so he or she knew how they performed, and then to the supervisor of that group of operations, so that that person could analyse how they were going. And then it all funneled through to head office, where my team reviewed it, and we submitted an overall report to the CEO, who was then able to communicate with everyone. Now, in those days, that was all to be finished on the CEO's desk at lunchtime. He used to sit there and eat his lunch going through these results, and on the phone to the area managers querying certain results. Now, today's computers and technology probably have taken at least a day off that target. So Tuesday, every week, a CEO with hundreds of businesses should know how they've performed. How are your clients going competing with businesses that are getting that information? Many of your clients are only getting financial information literally once a year, when you've gone through and finalised it all for the tax return. They need it a lot quicker these days. But it's not just what comes off their computers, they need the accounting input. This is the challenge. This is the service that you can supply to them, and that is why we have prepared the 52-week business enhancement system to assist them. So in the Accountant's Minute this week, we have looked at the leadership team, because it's important. You need to know who they are, what their roles are. There needs to be an operations review. We call it knowing the business 1 inch wide and a mile deep. And that involves really going through what is the starting situation in the business. What happens there? What are the internal controls and the quality controls built around every process? Has the team been trained to be able to handle these challenges? Who's in charge of marketing and sales? Are they undertaking research and development? A lot of these companies will have been involved in research and development, and many of them will still be undertaking further research and development. Have they got the systems working properly? Risk management. What are the risks? I think most businesses have got at least 30 risks, and it's your role to go through that and identify the issues for them. How do they onboard a new customer? Do they check on credit references? Do they confirm their terms of trade? Do they have the new customer sign the terms of trade and the retention and title agreement? Is a decision made promptly, because it has to be made promptly, as to whether they're going to register this customer on the personal property securities register? Who looks after the debtors management system? Has the person been trained? Is there an understanding of the importance of getting the debtor statements distributed, preferably by email, within 48 hours at the end of the month? And is the debtors' days outstanding calculated promptly and distributed to the leadership team so that they can follow up to get those debtors back within whatever your client's business has resolved should be their debtors' days outstanding figure? Business planning. It's a very important process. Every client should have a business plan. Just as they should have an annual tax return, they should have a business plan. And that then flows into the predictive accounting reports, which are really the financial interpretation of what is contained within the business plan. Budgets, cash flow forecasts, and projected balance sheets and supporting documentation. So the future starts now. We're at the beginning of the fourth quarter of 2022-23. Now is the time that I think you can go out and really push these services. We have an Easter special for you because we are committed to making the ESS BIZTOOLS product package available to every accounting firm in Australia that wants to subscribe so that you can really offer an outstanding range of services to your clients. So the starter package has been reduced to $1,899, including GST. And that will get you started, if that's the level you want to start at. But if you really want to be looking at budgets, cash flow forecasts, and the other material, you'll need to start at the advanced package. And we've reduced that from $6,500 to $2,969. A massive saving to get you motivated and underway in the delivery of these services. That's a 12-month subscription, 24/7 access to all of our material, publishing rights. You also get a subscription to our grant finder package, ESS Biz Grants, and you get 2 holiday accommodation vouchers whilst those vouchers last, and they're starting to go very quickly. Now this special is available until Tuesday the 11th of April, so that's the end of Easter. Please make a decision. You make it well before then if you want to. You can make it today, but I think it's a great opportunity for you to get started. And then we have a whole range of materials. So people say to me at times, what's included, Peter? Well, we got the 52-week business enhancement system. We got the virtual chief financial officer services package to assist you. And we have made a special arrangement with Plan Guru, the developers of budgeting forecasting software that provides you with the optimal 3-way forecasts, able to be accessed by QuickBooks, Xero and Excel. It's a great package. I use it in my consulting business, and it will help you to deliver the financial forecast. Normally you get access to being able to use it with 3 of your clients. The special arrangements we have negotiated, you will have access to 10 of your clients. That's a further saving if you have 10 clients on it of about $2,900. The services that ESS BIZTOOLS provide that's part of the 52-week package is business advisory services. That's the training, where we have a training package to train your team in how to utilise these resources. Business planning. Each month we produce a newsletter, Business Plus, which you badge and send to your clients. And there's articles there about business, and we're trying to encourage your clients to be talking to you about some of the matters. Debtors days outstanding. Some of them will probably say to you, what are my debtors days outstanding? So you can calculate it for them, show them how to calculate it, and then can offer them services to try to reduce the debtors days outstanding. Buying a business, business health checks. That's really comparison of key performance indicators for a whole range of matters and comparison to benchmarking reports. Corporate governance, very important for your clients that are going into formation of companies. Client mentoring and coaching, crowdsource funding, equity raising, debtors management, early stage innovation company capital raising. We now have these 2 great ways of raising capital legally for small businesses in Australia. It's great. But we need accountants to take advantage of this. I don't think we're doing enough as a profession. There are 16 crowdsourced funding equity raising intermediaries that have been appointed by ASIC. 16. 2 of them are very busy. One in Sydney and one in Melbourne. There's one in Brisbane that's probably 50% busy. But the others are very quiet because they're not getting enough deal flow. Why? Because accountants, I don't think we're producing enough clients and referring them to them. There's great work opportunities, business plans, budgets, cash flow forecasts are all required. The client needs to have an understanding of how crowdsourced funding equity raising operates. And guess what? All of that material is available for you within the ESS BIZTOOLS product package. Fee setting for professionals calculator, government grant finder. There's thousands of grants in Australia. Are you aware of them? Are you talking to your clients about them? Because they really help clients because they get a 50% discount. There's 550 articles that we have in our material that are available for our subscribers to badge and send to your clients. You can charge for them if you wish, but you can distribute them to your client to add substance to your advice to them, to save you sitting down for an hour or 2 hours writing a 10-page article. We've already done it for you. Just badge it and send it out. So that's our overview for this week of the key article within Accountant's Minute. I hope that you will think about the issues involved of delivering a broader range of services for your clients. But remember, this is all great work for your accounting team members. Interesting and challenging work, which will help you with that talent, attraction and retention issue that many accountancy firms are complaining about around Australia. We have to give the younger accountants different type of work than 100% tax returns. And this type of approach will enable you to have that sort of deal flow coming through your firm. If you want to talk to me, please send me an email, peter@essbiztools.com.au, or make a telephone call and we'll set up a Zoom meeting, 1800 232 088. And I look forward to many of you deciding that it's time to do something about all this. You want your firm to be an outstanding firm in 2023, 24, 25. And to that, I really believe you have to embrace this concept of delivering a broader range of services as well as tax return preparation. Have a great Easter. Stay safe. Thank you for listening.